It is Wednesday, August 24th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back. We got 4 picks coming your guys' way. We got 3 game picks, 1 no word for sending in our parlay of the day.
As always, guys, just do us a favor. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Really helps Austin and I grow this channel. You guys in the community have been great all baseball season long. And while you're down there, how about you drop a like on this video?
Absolutely, Logan. Let's hop into a recap from yesterday, as we always do. Another profitable day, 2-in-1 day. Let's start to string these together. Rockies money line. No sweat bet. CJ Crone, you entered the Crone zone last night. Hits a 3-run homer, gets us the win. We had that no-one first inning, which was one of our least sweaty ones we've ever had. No base runners. And then Dylan Cease over 17.5 outs. He ends with 16. Couldn't get through that 6th inning. Either way, we'll take a winning day. Hopefully, we've been helping you guys out, making some money. If you want to hit that subscribe button, do it. Hit that like button. Do it too. We also have a bunch of fantasy football content coming your guys' way. We have a video today about some bold predictions that Logan and I were on. Definitely check that out. We'd appreciate it. And look, we love you guys. Let's get into our 4 picks of the day. Let's waste no more time. Logan, you got 2. What's your first one?
My first one, people are going to love. I promise this. Right? White Sox money line. I'm taking the White Sox money line versus the Orioles. Minus 120 odds on FanDuel, as Austin's showing right here. Minus 120, really standard across the books. Books are waking up and choosing violence against the public, right? They're setting a really juicy trap. Orioles just beat the White Sox with Dylan Cease. Now they find themselves as underdogs to Lucas Giolito. What the heck is going on out here, right? And considering how much money is just on the Orioles here, this is just such an easy public fade spot for me. 83% of the money, 80% of the run line bets are on Orioles. 72% is on their money line. At plus value, yeah, everyone's just waking up and fading Lucas Giolito, and that's not how baseball works. 7, 4, and 1 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. I remember the 7 a little bit too much. I had to get my shovel this morning and dig out Lucas Giolito out in my graveyard because I swore, I was like, I'm never going to touch him again. And then I saw this really trap line, and I'm like, I'm back in. I'm ready to get hurt again. 4.16 ERA on the road, though, is actually better than – he pitches better on the road than he does at home, which is just weird. And also, prior to his last start, though, Giolito had gone 3 straight games without allowing a home run, which is big because, you know, these Orioles batters do swing, you know, for the fences a lot. They do hit for power. Baltimore, also make this line make sense. Baltimore's 9th in batting average and 6th in OPS this month. This has been a top 10 offense. Going against a pitcher that struggled in his last couple starts, I know, it doesn't make sense. The line doesn't make sense to me. The only way I can kind of ration it is that Spencer Watkins is due to give up some runs, right? 5 innings pitched and 0 earned runs versus the White Sox back in June. So he had a great start, you know, in that one. And if you're looking at it, Watkins 4.35 ERA at home and a 1.42 WHIP at home. Those numbers are actually a little bit higher, right? You know, Spencer Watkins, the numbers might not tell you, but you have to watch him. He does allow the occasional hit parade, which is how these White Sox batters like to score, right? You know, Watkins also has allowed a home run in 4 out of his last 5 starts. That is danger zone for facing a team like the White Sox that do hit for power, and they have a lot of, you know, home run hitters in that lineup. White Sox 4th in batting average and 11th in OPS this month. So this is honestly like a top 10 offense as well. They can go toe-to-toe with the Orioles in this one and just simply outscore them. It's kind of, I think, how the path to victory is going to be. Also, bullpen advantage, big bullpen advantage to Baltimore. 4th in bullpen ERA, White Sox 22nd in bullpen ERA. This, I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of check marks in the Orioles column. And when there's few too many check marks, got to go the other way. That's just how baseball works this time of year. But Austin, what do you got for us?
So I'm actually going to an early game. We're going to Detroit, and I'll be taking the Tigers and Giants under 7.5 runs. We're seeing that in minus 110 on FanDuel, basically minus 110 across the books. So let's dive into why we like this one. If you took this same bet yesterday, congrats, you cashed out. Rodon and Hutchinson were on the mound. It was a 3-1 victory. Let's duplicate that today. Now the Giants will start Logan Webb, and if he's going to get hit, sometimes gets hit hard, but I think he can do it against this Tigers offense. He has a 3.08 ERA, 1.18 WHIP this year. It's been pretty solid. His numbers on the road virtually identical to what he's at home. So I think he can hold it down. He's coming off, honestly, not a great start for Webb's kind of caliber. He's one of their best pitchers that they have to try out there. And he came off 4 2/3 innings, pitched 9 hits, 5 runs, and 3 of those being earned runs. So I think he bounces back today, has a pretty good showing against the Tigers, who score the fewest runs in the MLB, averaging just like 3.17 runs per game. They've really been really been struggling. I did consider Tigers plus 1.5. I do think the Tigers have a good chance to keep this game close, but I just didn't want to sit back and see a duplication of yesterday where it's 3-1. Tigers, have a good pitching outing. They just don't score any runs. And so that's why I prefer the under in this one. Tigers will start Matt Manning. Look, he's been pretty solid this year. 2.81 ERA, 1.16 whip. Those are pretty legit numbers. But at home, Manning, you could argue he's due for some runs, but he's been absolutely an ace at home. A 0.9 ERA and a 0.6 whip at home. That's been 20 innings pitched. And he's faced teams like the Angels, Rays, and Red Sox, very similar caliber offenses to the Giants, allowing just 2 earned runs over 20 innings pitched. So he's been absolutely insane. He's a righty, and you look at the Giants. You'll never see me take the Giants if they're facing a righty because they've really been struggling over the last 30 days, batting 207, the worst in the MLB. Tigers aren't much better, batting 219 against righties, which Logan Webb is a righty, which is 6th worst in the MLB. When it comes down to the bullpens after Webb and Manning come out, we're going to look at the Tigers' 8th best bullpen ERA. The Giants have the 6th worst bullpen ERA, but ultimately you're betting against offense in this one. And, if the Tigers want to go out there and drop a 10-piece, score a bunch of runs, then I can live with myself. I can go to sleep at night knowing I picked the Giants and Tigers under 7.5 runs. So early start to this one. Hopefully we can get that winner and get the juice flowing. But Logan, what's your second pick of the day?
Yeah, we're going to the Twins versus Astros game, and similar vibes to how I took the Reds plus 1.5 as Logan's line read pick, and it cashed. Told you guys, you got to pick the uncomfortable plus 1.5 this year. I'm taking the Twins plus 1.5 versus the Astros, minus 110 odds on BetMGM's your best value here. Look, it's the split odds run line, and how many times have I told you, if you just blindly bet the run line that is uncomfortable in the minus 110 split, you'll probably come out ahead more times than not, right? The Twins are on a 4-game losing streak with Bundy and are getting a ton of respect on the run line. I just don't know where that respect is earned, right? But if you watched last night and you had, Astros minus 1.5, you got some late 9th inning sweat, right? That I wouldn't have it any other way. The Twins almost backdoored covered, and I think that might be, the spark kind of this Twins team needed, because actually I was looking at the lines even before they almost backdoored that one, and I was just like, why the heck is Dylan Bundy getting minus 110 and the Twins are being shut out? Because at the moment the Twins were being shut out, and I was like, this Twins offense is just bad. And today they faced Framber Valdez, 3.51 ERA at home and a 1.28 whip at home. He does allow a lot of hits. And the question is, and the question's been on this Minnesota team, can they finally convert those runners in scoring position into runs, right? Minnesota 17th in batting average and 21st in OPS this month. Those aren't great offensive numbers one bit. But again, you're just doing some line reading here. Also, I looked at Valdez's strikeout line, right? It's set to 5.5 with plus money being on the over. He's hit this and 3 out of his last 4 starts. Maybe, just maybe, the Twins do sort of rock Valdez. I would absolutely love that for this bet. I think the line's indicative of it. It's not going to be – I don't see their path to victory being just Dylan Bundy holding them down. But Dylan Bundy, you look at his numbers, 5.83 road ERA, and if you just stop it at that, you're like, Astros, no doubt, no doubt about it, lock it in. But look, 1.88 ERA in his last 3 games. He has really pitched well as of late. Houston also, I think they're due some hard regression. Houston's sitting 290 at home this month, so almost hitting 300. If the books just thought the Astros were going to take Bundy for a ride, I don't think the line would look like this. They're not afraid to juice the run line as they did with Verlander last night. Houston also 2nd in bullpen ERA, Minnesota 16th in bullpen ERA. Another matchup where Houston checks all the boxes. And if you're betting baseball this time of year, you don't want the team that checks too many of the boxes, and you're just riding hard on the public on this one, which this is exactly the Astros, another hard public play. So we have to fade it and take what's uncomfortable, because that's what cashes this time of year. Take it from somebody that took a ton of minus 1.5 run lines last August and lost the shirt off his back. So just, if you know, I'm not going to dive into that. But Austin, I need you to grab your flag. It's time for Nerfy Nation.
Absolutely. Let's get this music rocking and rolling. And let's wave these flags. It's Nerfy Nation time. We've been really good on Nerfies this year. I think we have 77 wins to our name. So we need to get 23 more wins the rest of the regular season. We got it cut out for us, Logan. But I like what we got today, and I think we got a really good one. It might be a square one, but I'm hoping it's one of the square ones that cashes today, because we're going to Kansas City, and we're taking Diamondbacks Royals, no run first inning, minus 135 on BetMGM. We do see, almost every book has it at the same odds. You're looking at DraftKings a little bit more juiced at minus 145, but we're fine with probably laying it up to minus 140. And if you've been tuning into the Call on Our Shot channel all season long, we appreciate you. But we don't take a lot of juice NRFIs. But we think this is one of the best on the slate. And on the mound for the Royals today will be Brady Singer. Pretty good on no-win first innings this year, 14-3 to be exact, and he's been even better at home, 9-1 on NRFIs at home. We know the Diamondbacks do have some annoying hitters at the top of their lineup, but they are just 20th in first inning runs. So Singer, I need 3 outs. I think you can get that for me. Who's pitching for the D-backs today, Logan?
Yeah, it's Zach Gallen, and Zach Gallen should be able to take us home. 19-4 on NRFIs this year. Gallen also, worth noting, 9-2 on NRFIs on the road, so he's got a decent record, away from Arizona. Kansas City is 23rd in first inning runs. They do struggle sometimes to put up some runs consistently, and we do like these two pitchers going head to head. The over under set to 7.5. I expect a lot of people to actually be on the under in that one. Don't know how the full game plays out, but I just know that we're not going to have any runs in the first inning, and that's really what we're banking on here. Brady Singer, also a Florida Gator, he would never hurt us.
Chomp, chomp. He would absolutely never hurt us. That's the best part of the analysis. We're waving these flags. And it's worth noting the first 5 over-unders only 3.5 in that game. So I think they expect some runs to come late, which doesn't happen with that Royals bullpen out there. So those are our 4 plays of the day. Obviously, we're hopping into our parlay of the day. Like Logan kind of already hinted at, we do like the under in that Royals Diamondbacks game at 7.5, and we're double dipping with Twins -1.5 plus 260. Hopefully, we can cash a parlay of the day. We are due one, but we appreciate you guys for tuning into the videos. 4 picks of the day, parlay of the day, fantasy football videos coming up. I'll put them on the screen. Definitely check those out. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys again tomorrow morning for hopefully a 3rd straight winning day. We'll see you guys then.